Here's the number to call if you've got a legal question, 436-1212. Your questions will be answered by our legal expert here, Charley O'Hara. Charley, thanks for coming on today. Always appreciate you being here. I wanted to ask you a quick question. We've run a story today and last night. A woman who was raped 20 years ago. The man convicted of raping her just got out of prison on a supervised release to parole. I'm not entirely sure. I believe it's parole. And she's upset that it took 5 days for the Sedgwick County Parole Board to notify her that he had been released, and now a warrant is out for his arrest because he's missing now. But what are the rights victims have when it comes to people committing crimes against them getting out of jail on either parole or supervised release?
Well, actually, it used to be that victims didn't really have very many rights at all. And we have a constitution and some statutes here in Kansas that actually control victims' rights and what victims are supposed to be told, and they're supposed to be notified of things happening, like when someone has a sentencing or when they have a trial or something like that, or a plea, that they should be notified. And they probably should be notified also when someone's released from custody. Now we get into a different situation when someone violates their parole and gets out, and they're out in the community and they don't do what they're supposed to. Are they supposed to let someone know that? I'd have to read it specifically, but I think we have to be reasonable about things. I mean, it's 20 years ago. The parole officers are quite busy and they try to do all they can, but to not let every victim know every time somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do on parole is probably rather difficult.
It's a lot on parole officers. They do have a lot on their plate there. Not to discount anything in that case, but we do have one caller on the line. So caller, go ahead with your question for Charley.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I would like to know, last February, it was snowing. The car wash was open. There was snow on the car wash driveway. A person goes over there to wash their car and falls and breaks their wrist on the snow. And no lawyers will take it. I would like to know why.
Well, we have to realize that there's certain things that happen. Number one, when a lawyer wants to take a case, they basically take it because they're going to get a percentage of that recovery in a civil case, not in a criminal case or a divorce case, but in a civil case. So if the lawyer doesn't think they're going to get very many damages, they're not going to invest their time in it. And also, when it's snowing and cold out, we kind of have to be careful. We assume some risk when we go out and walk around.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Charley, for being on. Thanks for your phone call. We'll be back here in just a moment.